to Sim Racing Life. In today's video, we'll be looking at qualifying and why over 70% of sim racers are doing it wrong. But before we explore this subject, here is some music I wrote, coupled with some lovely slow motion car vistas a la Chris Hay styley. Right, before we move on, I would like to show you a few qualifying starts taken on a set of Corsa's sim racing systems where allegedly the more serious sim racer is to be found. And another, and another, and another, and so on and so on. Now, I want you to listen very closely to the audio of this qualifying start. You may then start to understand what's wrong with this picture. Okay, so joking aside, let's get down to business. So what's the point of qualifying? Well, the answer to this is quite simple. It determines your position on the starting grid at the start of the race. All drivers have a set amount of time in which to perform what's known as a hot lap, or in layman's terms, your fastest lap. Apart from the race, qualifying is one of the most important sessions of the weekend. If you qualify towards the back of the grid, you may find yourself stuck in a rowdy bunch where accidents are frequent. This rowdy bunch also tends to engage in constant battles for position, which may end up costly as they lose time to the drivers ahead or behind. It's for this reason that you want to qualify as high up the order as possible. You want to make sure that you've got as little to worry about at the start of the race as possible. Aiming for a top 10 in qualifying is realistic. It will come with its challenges, however, and will require more dedication in practice and testing sessions. And that is why qualifying is a crucial part of a race weekend. So, with all that said and done, I suspect you're wondering, how can I set a good qualifying lap time. While this sounds obvious, and it probably should be, you can never get enough practice. Qualifying is all about getting that one perfect lap time with no mistakes and being centimetre perfect. And the only way this is going to happen is with plenty of practice under your belt. Once you're confident enough to race, i.e. you know how to drive the car at speed without leaving the track, it's off to the qualifying session. I've found that about 95% of the races I've done, the vast majority of people leave the pits as soon as the race starts. The problem with this is that everyone gets bunched up together. This means that you will most likely be surrounded by other cars in at least one, if not every qualifying lap you do. If you're not trying to overtake the person in front of you, that means that someone's going to be right behind you and trying to get past you on the inside. Both scenarios are very likely to reduce the overall lap time. Understanding your time limits is also important. You don't want to sit in the pits so too long, but spending a minute in the pits waiting for a space is perfectly fine. From time to time, you will also find that a few other people will be there waiting in the pits, but their impatience gets the better of them and they don't wait long enough. Remember, wait until the main pack is about halfway through the lap before you go. You want to be selfish with the track and get a little patch of it all to yourself. And the one thing I can't emphasise enough, finding space on the track is vital to improving your qualifying. If you do encounter traffic on your qualifying laps, it's best to step off the pace to put some added distance between you and the car in front. Flat out racing against one another will only compromise both of your hot laps. Other things to be mindful whilst qualifying. When leaving the pit lane, do not cross over to the fast lane until it is safe to do so. Always let faster cars have the right of way, and stop if you have to, but never on the racing line. When out on the track, be mindful of faster cars, give way to them and let them pass safely. There are many other ways to improve your lap time whilst qualifying, but we're not going to go into them here, not on this video. But those are things like tyres, fuel, setups. As I said, that's a topic for another video. That just leaves me to say thanks very much for watching. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button, and I'll see you on the next video. Until then, bye bye.